But on my birthday, I blew the engine out of my truck.
Jesus Christ.
So now I'm trying to find another whip and try and figure life out with no money, no credit, and just karma catching up to a motherfucker. Because I've been living wild as hell. Like, I had to hit and run. I done had all these incidents with the police. My car getting impounded, and now I blew the engine out of my truck on my birthday.
Man, that's a hell of a week, brother.
Yeah, but I made it to see another year, so I guess that's all that really matters.
Happy birthday, man.
Yeah, thanks. In spite of all the bullshit. I did celebrate another year of life.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. But that put a damper on your day, though, right?
Yeah, because it happened earlier in the day. Like, I went out to breakfast. On my way back from breakfast, I blew my shit out on 96, and then I had to deal with that shit all day. And I drive a fucking bus. So, I mean, I drive an Expedition. So, I mean, that bitch is big as a motherfucker. It took 3 people to help me push this bitch when I blew it out on 96.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sucks, bro.
Yeah, but I'm going to find me another whip. I'll be back on my feet in, like, I don't know, hopefully a week or so. I mean, God will. I mean, this is how I look at shit. As long as I'm above ground, I can try and figure this shit out. Like, if your problems can be resolved with money, it's really not a problem.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, you just got to figure out the means to get it. So, I mean, some shit will work out. I'll be driving something in about a week or so, and I'll be back on. But, yo, shout out to Nicholas Financial, because let me tell you something. I'm about to get another car, and y'all can come pick that bitch up, because I'm not paying no more notes as soon as I get into another ride.
Nicholas Financial?
Yeah.
That sounds like some neighborhood shit. Like dude down the street financial.
They write out in Royal Oak, but my thing is, as soon as I get into another car, I'm not paying shit else. The engine is blue. Just come pick it up. Just repo it. Because I don't give a fuck about my credit. I've been through a divorce. I've been through a foreclosure. I'll probably file for bankruptcy after this shit. So, I mean, it's just life. Like,
so here's how I think about credit, even though it's very necessary. After you got a house and after you got a car.
Yeah, I got a place to live, and then I'm going to have a car, so fuck you.
Your big purchases is pretty much over.
My lights are still on in somebody else's name. The cable is on. I got a cell phone. Like, I don't need shit else. So, in about a week or so, y'all can come get it. And it's completely worthless.
Hey, man, a couple years ago, man, I tried to bluff Capital One Financial, whatever they call it.
Oh, Capital One Financial sued the fuck out of me.
What?
Sued the fuck out of me for a credit card, right?
No, it was I had my car financed through.
Oh.
And I was like, I'm paying too much money. Can y'all refinance this?
Absolutely not.
Because they do refinancing all the time.
But not for you.
They was like, no, we don't refinance.
Yeah, not for your ass.
So I was like, well, listen, this shit too much. Either y'all do something with this or y'all can come pick it up.
They came and got
They
that
was
bitch.
like, no. They was like, what's the address? I'm like, I'll call you back. Let me send that payment out quick to the motherfucker.
That's fucked up. But I don't care. Like, as soon as I get, I don't give no fuck. As long as I can drive, pick my babies up, and do what I need to do, like, I don't care. Like, come get it. Fuck. Like, my credit has been in the shit for about 10 years. Jesus. And I done survived. Like, I don't give a fuck about credit. I don't. I know it's probably an ignorant thing for me to say,
especially after the financial literacy episode. That we had.
but fuck it. I've learned how to survive with little to nothing. See, that's the problem with the creditors don't realize about me is that I've already learned how to survive with little to nothing.
Okay.
So fuck it. Like, if you give it to me, I'm gonna fuck it up. If you let me run down my list of fuck ups.
Okay.
3 credit cards. I did a scam with Cash Advance America last year where I ran them niggas up for about $2,000.
Time out. Should you be saying this?
I don't give a fuck.
Oh.
I don't like the worst you can do is sue me. And when you sue me and I go to court, I still don't have no money.
Right,
so I mean, you're not going to get shit. You can garnish my check. Friends of the court already does it. So I
still ain't paid.
Hey man, look, I'm gonna file for bankruptcy next year, and I'm gonna start all over again, and I'm gonna run some more shit up. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not responsible, and I don't give no fuck about it. Give me the money, just give me the money, and watch me fuck it up.
So I almost want to bring up something because you mentioned
what's up.
So you mentioned some sort of scam that you ran last year, right?
Cash Advance America.
Okay. So a few years ago, there was another situation.
There was another scam I was involved on when I was on the Problem Solvers.
Yeah.
Because I was involved.
Please tell this story. This story time with Dane, please.
Okay, I'm gonna tell it real lightly because I don't want to throw no names out here because my homeboy is in jail. He comes from a pretty prominent family, and it'd be real fucked up, and I ain't trying to drag nobody, but I was closely involved with somebody running a Ponzi scheme.
Okay.
A huge Ponzi scheme, like $10 million worth of scheming. And, one day we coming out of lunch.
Statute of limitations over?
Nah.
Yeah, be careful.
Yeah. So one day we coming out of lunch at Champs out in Livonia. I don't know if that's Livonia, the one on Orchard Lake or whatever. Coming out of lunch, and we see all these fucking cameras and shit. I'm like, what the fuck is this bullshit going on? Who out here taking pictures? It's the motherfucking problem solvers. Run right the fuck up on my homeboy with the camera. Now, I'm a couple feet behind, but I still make it in the shot. Like, the commercial probably started running like a week later after, the shit popped off. Like, my phone was shaking like a stripper's ass. And God bless the dead. My mama was calling me at the time, and I was trying to spin my mother.
You can't spin mom.
Nah, you can't, because that's a different type of guilt trip.
Right.
And only old people leave voicemails, is what I believe. And my mother left me a really straightforward voicemail talking about, I don't know what's going on. I saw you on Problem Solvers. You need to call me now. And that was it.
Get on the phone, call mom.
Yeah, I had to call my mom and kind of explain what was going on. But let me tell you, at the time when this shit was popping, I was on a run. I bought a $500,000 house out in Canton with no credit, no money down, and I lived in this bitch for about 2 years off of some scheming shit. I mean, the house is still there, nice ass subdivision. I was probably me and my family at the time were only the second black family in the sub.
And this is it's kind of fucked up because you ain't tell me about this shit.
About the house?
When this was going down, how come I couldn't get me a crib? Now, in retrospect, I'm glad you didn't, because I definitely would have probably fucked with it.
Look, me and all my homeboys had big ass houses.
That's fucked up, man.
Like my homeboy Don had a house.
Fucked up that I didn't know. That's fucked up.
It is. My homeboy Don had a house in St. Clair Shores. This bitch was 6,000 square feet with a dock on the back. You could just pull your boat up to his house.
He have a boat?
I think he did buy a boat.
Jesus.
A few of my homeboys bought Maseratis, Lamborghinis. We was doing some fool shit with the money. Fucked it all the way up. So if I survived
BNF out here, basically.
Nah.
Get the billboard say the housing market.
You know
is
what,
ours.
man? Our intentions started off good. I just wanted to be on the cover of Black Enterprise. I thought we could turn this shit into something positive, because we started off wanting to help people with the investments, but then the money started coming in, niggas get greedy, and you start going stupid. But I had a $500,000 house. I lived in it. I survived a fucking foreclosure for a $500,000 house. And I don't think people really can put that. When motherfuckers tell you oh, you can't do this, you can't do that. I did the shit. I manipulated the banks. I did what the fuck I had to do, and I lived that shit. We didn't live poor in that motherfucker. I had house full of furniture, and my ex-wife, my 3 fucking kids, we lived in that motherfucker. 2 cars, we did that shit.
I really don't have no kind of ill will for getting over on the banks. I mean, it's what it is. They get over on us all the time.
Look, you can't even call your bank and get them to waive a fucking $30 overdraft for you. And you work for a bank, so you fucking know that shit.
And I be like, sorry, I can't waive the
close my goddamn account.
Did it this morning, matter of fact.
That overdraft fee is some bullshit, man.
And you know what's so crazy is I didn't know about this story until maybe this was 3rd or 4th podcast.
Yeah.
You was off the air and you told me this shit, right?
Yeah. The story goes way deeper. I just don't want to disrespect nobody's family or nothing. Yeah. But the story goes way deeper. It's connected to some people in Detroit that actually mean something.
Yeah, for sure.
That gospel mafia is real.
For sure. But
niggas that sing gospel music will take you the fuck out.
I did a little bit of research.
Okay.
I got on YouTube and I start putting the search in there, and I may or may not have found the actual video.
It's out there. If you Google my real name,
it may be the artwork for this episode. That's all I'm saying. If
you Google my real name, a bunch of bullshit comes up. And guess what? I'm involved in all of it. Hands on in all of that shit. I've lived my life with no fuck and no shame, and that's just how I make it through my day. You can't shame me about shit that I don't give a fuck about.
Can't shame me about shit I claim.
Yeah. And I really don't care. I done made it this far. I'm only 35. I got a good another 30 years of fucking shit up before, they probably...
You can't be 65 still fucking shit up.
Why can't I?
At 35, you actually go into the financial highlight of your... That's when you start actually hitting your prime financially. And the podcast about to start popping. While you're 35, it's gonna work out that way. Don't disagree.
I'm saying like 10 years from now, I'll probably be on the beach covered in cocaine and young girls. Living my life. My beard will be down to my dick. I will be covered in cocaine and young women.
That's what's
living the life. Nah, I probably get married.
Shit.
Yeah. I mean, I want to get married again. I ain't even gonna front about this shit. Like, I want to get married one more time and just ride it on out. I got somebody in my life. She looking.
Okay.
She looking like she might be, but who the fuck knows?
That's a problematic bill, people.
Relationships are problematic.
Definitely.
Shit. There's been a lot of crazy shit going on this week. Let's get it started from the top, because this one I wanted to talk about bad as hell. Mariah Carey.
Man,
she want $50 million motherfucking dollars for this relationship.
For what? How they determined they wanted a friendship? I don't know.
Let me tell you something. If she get $50 million for breaking up with this nigga and the house, and gets to keep the $10 million ring, and he has never tested the inside of that vagina, something is wrong with life.
That shit is beyond me. Like, so y'all don't work out, y'all wasn't married, and you want $50 million, inconvenience fee is what they refer to it as. You want $50 million for being inconvenienced?
What type of precedence would this shit set?
She slept in a different room. She said she's old fashioned, so they slept in a different room.
All right, let me just ring the bell right now. You can't look, and we have a lady in the room, but I just feel like I need to say this. You cannot look me in the eye and tell me that Mariah Carey's vagina does not have 1,002 miles on that shit. You sleeping in the bed next door?
I don't know. She only fuck with money. She had the old she really only fuck
hoes only fuck with money too. Prostitutes only fuck with money.
She was fucking with she fuck with billionaires. And Nick Cannon, he's a multimillionaire, but
you don't think if regular niggas can trick off on pussy, you don't think a billionaire with the capital B?
Well, you know what? I take that back, because Mariah Carey, she definitely fucked with the hood. She was in the studio with Cam and them. Like she really
was in the studio with Old Dirty.
Yeah.
Like let's go back to her history.
Allegedly,
she ain't that prissy.
She be hitting the weed. She don't want that out. But
there's nothing wrong with weed, though. I hate how you go about that.
I don't think nothing wrong with it.
But you don't smoke though.
I don't. But shit, I mean,
are you better than this? Like, that's how I feel. Like, are you better than niggas that smoke weed?
I just know my limits. You know, some people don't need no kind of no drugs. Because,
there is no limits when it comes to marijuana.
You know, I think if I was to take drugs other than this alcohol, something bad would happen to me.
No, it wouldn't. We will get us to a better place, dog.
I do believe in the medical. I support it 100%. Even though I don't smoke, I support it. I think people should be able to smoke.
We got a line on the dispensary, don't we?
Yeah, we do.
Okay, because I'm just looking to get high on my spare time. But Mariah Carey and this fucking. So what do you think? Because I feel like if she win this shit, it's gonna set a bad precedence for the everyday man.
She out of rabbit ass mind. Why the fuck would I give you $50 million and keep the ring?
So that means
and get a mansion in L.A.
Your girl could hit you with that shit if you break up with her. An inconvenience fee. How much you think she charge you? 10 racks.
Hey man, we have a really nice relationship. That's not going to happen.
I mean, I'm just saying.
Tread lightly. That's not going to happen.
Like, every relationship would be at risk. I think, oh man, I don't want to play devil's advocate with this shit, but like, I would probably.
What's the reason for marriage if you can sue for money when y'all not married? Goes back to the marriage episode. Like, if it's just a contract, like literally, what's the whole point of...
I need to move this bill closer. It's cheaper to kill her.
Jesus.
I just say it. When you start talking money like that, it's cheaper for me to take your life.
No, what is cheaper is for me to put a pound of cocaine in your car and call the police on you and get you arrested.
That's some
that's
shit.
Cheaper.
That's some whole shit.
It's better than killing. You about to have it like
killing sets a different tone for the next woman.
Listen, is that it?
Because bitch, I'm not afraid of murder.
Hey, this nigga fooling. Hey, listen, Jay Johnson does not condone these violence against women.
I'm not saying beat her, but killing is just real smooth. It's a one-time deal.
Now listen, man, how much a bag of cocaine costs? Throw that bitch in her trunk. Say, officer, I just got ran off the road by this.
I'm not well versed in cocaine, but you can probably get a pound of weed and throw it in the trunk too. And
hey, man, you get her out the picture, you ain't had to kill nobody, and it only cost you a pound of weed.
That's a pound of weed going to waste.
If I get caught, I can do that time. I'm not doing the 15 years to life for murder.
You probably won't do. Niggas don't do life for murder, dog.
I mean, they gave Kwame 28 years for shit that you did on shit that you did a couple years ago. So that's our second topic. So
goddamn, you right. Kwame's gonna get out of jail.
So listen, man. I signed a little petition online. I posted.
How'd it make you feel?
It makes me feel great. What really made me feel great about it was, you post. I didn't know this was gonna happen. So you posted on Facebook or whatever, right? Mm-hmm. And I guess whoever clicks on the link from Facebook, they email you and say, hey, you signed this person up or whatever. Like 15 people signed to the petition to get Kwame out of here. Like,
that's what's up. I figure you get like an autograph 8x10 or something.
I'm like, hey, this shout me out on Twitter when you get out of some shit. You know what I'm saying? But look, he did wrong. Fine. You're going to do some time. Okay, great. But 28 years, you better have killed a couple people for 28 years.
Everybody that's been involved in politics in the city of Detroit has schemed and gotten some type of kickback. Like, business is about kickbacks. You know what I'm saying? If I own a landscaping company and you hook me up with a contract and you say, hey, I gave you that referral, you think you could look out for me? You think you can give me $200 for that $1,000 worth of business? I mean, that's just how business fucking works.
It definitely is how business works. And I think some people in the city, like, well, he stole money. Well, it's not necessarily stealing money. So, like, if I'm the mayor and I know you do construction and I got a construction gig, I'm giving it to you, like, because you my man.
Yeah.
And I would rather have you out here doing legal work than have you out here slanging drugs.
And because I gave it to you, break me off a stack for it.
Now,
good luck.
Yeah. Hey, that's just the love. Now, whether
you got to pay 10% to church, like pay up.
So, but 28 years, man, that's way too much time, man. That's just way too much time. I was hoping that, because this is what I think, because I put my tinfoil hat in my conspiracy.
Of course.
So Obama went and visited the prison that Kwame was at a few months ago.
You think they sat down and chopped it up?
Officially, he did not talk to him at all. But come on, dog. Back in 2004, 2006,
they got a couple pictures together. Yeah.
Matter of fact, I put it on Flashback Friday today on Instagram. Kwame and Barack. Like, if Kwame would have kept his nose clean, he could fuck around and be the president. He could have been the president.
I ain't gonna go that far.
Why not?
Nigga with no earring ain't never gonna be president.
So check this out.
If you wear your suits from Van Dyke's, got a pair of gaiters and a diamond earring, you're never gonna be president.
So Kwame, he definitely had the gift of gab. He can talk, but
I got the gift of gab. That don't mean I'm gonna be president.
I read it, man. They made Barack president.
Come on now, there's huge differences.
Do me a favor, if you're interested in this, go to YouTube, type in Barack. The video from when he went for state senate, he went against Alan Keyes. Barack versus Alan Keyes.
Oh, he didn't have no mouthpiece back then.
He did not. Alan
Keyes was sunning him left and right.
Like, it was really embarrassing. So when it's ready for you to be president, you're gonna be president. They put the Alan Keyes treatment on him. They took what Alan Keyes did to him, and he did that exact same thing to Sarah Palin, but like literally. But what I'm saying is this: I read Kwame's book, right? Mm-hmm. And the whole earring thing. Did you know the earring that was in his ear was actually the first diamond he bought his wife?
So
her first wedding ring. So he used to wear it in his ear as respect for her. And then the issues in their marriage actually start taking off when he took the earring out because he caught so much flack for it. So she took it as, when you took that earring off, you was taking me off. And that little bond that they actually had, it was bigger. It was bigger than just I'm rocking the earring.
That sounds like good old hood love. If I ain't never heard of that.
For sure, they two niggas from the hood.
Yeah, both from the west side.
Yeah,
both from the west side.
So I thought that was dope. Sign that petition, man. Get that man out of jail.
I did sign a petition.
28 years. Come on, man. 28 years?
Nah, he got to pay. He got to do 28 years, and I think he got to pay like $2 million back. I'm sure he got the bread somewhere offshore.
Oh, they definitely got that bread.
Yeah. Because they've never found that money, but 28 years. That's why they gave him so much.
They gave him so much time because they wouldn't tell where all the money was at.
That's fine, because I can get out in 28 years and never be poor again. Right. So
I almost hope that his sons get schooled in the game. I hope they get some real good mentorship, come back to the city and run for mayor. One of his sons. That'd be the ultimate success story. Like the whole. I'd write a movie about that shit.
That would be movie worthy. What else popped off? Yo, what the fuck is this casino doing where they ain't get his lady her $42 million?
Dog, you know how fucking pissed I would be? So if y'all haven't heard the story,
I would be in jail right now.
They offered, so this lady, she goes to the casino, she playing the slot machine, she wins $42 million. They come out and say, oh, my bad, it was an error. Would you like this steak dinner?
Fuck no, I don't want no steak.
$42 million, and then you offer me a steak dinner?
I've been kicked out of the casino for way less. I would have been jitting on top of a motherfucking craps table if you would have told me I don't get $42 million. Call the police right now, because I'm about to fuck this shit up on an epic level.
Yeah, what was that? Episode 1 or 2 where you talk about
when I punched that stud in the casino? Yes, that was on the earlier episodes. I did punch a stud in the casino, but let me tell you something. I won $42 million, and you trying to tell me psych? I've been broke too long for some shit like that.
You know what's really fucked up? She posted this picture on Facebook before she got like, nigga, why did you just post on Facebook? She had the picture, the selfie with the thing in the background. Like
she was too excited. She was too excited.
You about to get your head knocked off posting you won $42 million on the internet.
Let me tell you something. What I'm gonna do when I win $42 million, this cell phone right here, I'm flushing it down the toilet. You'll never hear from me again. We'll do Shop Talk podcast where I'm sitting on an island somewhere in Trinidad doing cocaine with young models.
Well, we'll see this weekend because I plan on hitting the Powerball tomorrow.
Hey man, one time when I think it was like the Powerball, some shit was like $500 million. I started just Googling shit that I would randomly buy. I found a website that'll send me a tiger cub for $650. I want 4 of them.
To be perfectly honest, I actually researched that myself.
Yeah, I want a tiger cub.
I literally tried to. So in 2012, my best friend, we threw his bachelor party in Vegas. And I literally wanted to do the whole, I wanted to buy a tiger and put that bitch in the bathroom and like hangover movie.
A baby tiger?
I just wanted to see how much a tiger would cost. And clearly. And
they're pretty cheap. They're affordable.
You can definitely buy tigers.
They're affordable.
But I was
the shit was like less than $1,000 to get a tiger.
Yeah.
Shipped to me in Detroit.
Better judgment prevailed and I did not buy a tiger.
Let me tell you something. If I win a significant amount of money, I'm going to show you what new money looks like. Give me the catalog. I'm going to show you how daddy balls. Straight up. Straight up. My body will be covered in tattoos. I will probably wear 4 Rolexes at a time because I need to know what the time is in all type of countries. And I will have a pet tiger.
Man, I always said if I hit the lotto or whatever, I'm just going to send out a text to a couple people and tell them, meet me at the airport. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to say I won this or whatever. And whoever don't show up, They just missed the fuck out. Yeah, they just missed out. And I'm leaving on the next plane to wherever. Well, where's the next plane leaving? Give me that one. Yeah. You fucking around and go to Utah. I don't care. That's where we're going to end up at.
It's polygamy in Utah.
That's my type of Utah. Here we come. Shit.
That's when I get married again, when polygamy is legal.
I really think it should be legal. We're going to do a whole episode on that.
If gay marriage can be legal, I don't see why polygamy can't. I believe wholeheartedly that polygamy can save the black family. We'll say that for another episode because I got some really stringent feelings about polygamy, but it can save the black family.
I actually believe that is the case as well. But
we agreed on something. Yeah, God damn it. What's up? Oh, this chick in China got 20 of her boyfriends to buy her iPhones.
Oh, my goodness. This is trapping out the bando for real.
Yeah, it is.
It really sold 20. I bought a house
with her iPhones.
So that's it's a lot of men in China and not enough women. I think that's what happens when you have too many men, not enough women.
I don't know, man. You set a pretty hood chick up. She could probably. I'm gonna say 20. I mean? She could pull off 5.
You know what I mean? Metro. She gonna have to buy. Well, technically, a house in the city may not run you back. You might get one in the auction.
I mean, you can get a house for $1,500 through the auction.
You see, old girl who shot up her crib.
Yeah,
that she won in the auction.
She was fooling. She shot up the crib with the baby in her arms.
Yeah, her son was like, "Mom, what's up?" Like that was fucked up.
Yeah, but she got 20 of these niggas to kick in iPhones.
That house that she bought was worth about 5 Metros.
Nah, it's the fact is. 2 things that are concerning to me. The number one, she conned 20 niggas into buying her iPhones, which is amazing. And number 2, that she was able to buy a house. Even if it's a little trap house.
I guess the real estate is cheap in China. Like, who knows?
Yeah. She came up, though. I ain't even mad.
Shout out to China, though. I like their fashion. What was that, Japan?
Japan, I think he got them fucked up. Yeah. Like shit be made in China.
I know this is politically same difference. I don't know.
No, it's Chinese and Japanese are 2 completely different things.
peace pipe, crack pipe.
Oh no, you can own that one, bro. You can own that one.
I know. It's not right. I don't know. I can't tell the difference.
Yo, NBA season started this week, and the first nigga to take a humongous L is Christian Thompson.
The fuck is wrong with him?
He got Khloe Kardashian's name tattooed across his back.
Like, is that real though? Like, I saw the picture, but is that like real in real life?
If it's on the internet, it must be real.
That is true.
I mean, if you can Google it, this shit's real.
I feel like, well, the first nigga to jump out the window and did some shit like that was Nick Cannon when he got Mariah tattooed on his back, like after 3 days. He ended up marrying her and having 2 children, all that other bullshit. But Christian Thompson, like, what the fuck?
You can't cover that up. I had my ex-wife's name tattooed on me. And before I got it covered up, it was like an uncomfortable conversation I would have with other women. You got to cover, like, if it doesn't work, you got to live with that one forever.
So here's the story.
Do you have a woman's name tattooed on you?
No, but there's somebody running around with my name tattooed on them.
Your fault. Did you tell her to do it?
I did not.
Oh.
And she showed up at my job and was like, hey, and she showed me her ankle and it said Jason on it.
Does it still say Jason?
I don't know. But I was upset because, like,
upset that she would do something so stupid?
Like, what? Because, like, am I supposed to go next? Or
nah. It's got to be. I think getting somebody's name tattooed on you is the death knell of a relationship.
She broke up with me like a week later.
And you're stuck.
We broke up like 100 times. But, like, that's the craziness that she was dealing with.
Those are young relationships.
Yeah, it was like 2021 or some shit. But, like, literally, you popped up with my at work, like, hey, check this out. And you got my name tattooed on your ankle. Ugh.
I had my ex-wife's name tattooed on me. I probably got rid of it like 3 years ago.
Where is that?
It was on my heart.
Oh, this nigga.
I mean, she was my wife. Shit, I was in love with her.
The sentimental side of things going on.
I got her name, but I had like my kids' names tattooed in the same area. So I mean, her name was fucking on my heart. But then, like, you know, when I started dating and being a savage and smashing and shit,
now what's on your heart?
I have someone else's lips covering up her name.
So your kids is surrounded by lips.
Yes. I won't throw her name out there, but I do have someone else's lips tattooed on over my ex-wife's name.
Like, so they did like, I'm not going into that.
It's like if she kissed, she had on lipstick, she kissed a piece of paper, and now that's over my ex-wife's name. But yo, it would be some uncomfortable conversations because now I'm laying here with another woman and she's like, oh, are these your kids? What's that? Oh, that's my ex-wife's name still tattooed on me.
Yeah, man, that's interesting, dog.
Man, fuck you. I mean, it's my body. I do what I want.
Hey, absolutely, man.
Yeah, I do what I want. I feel like we missing something else this week. Oh, yo, the Cubs won.
Hey, man. Yeah, shout out to the Cubs. Fuck the Cubs, though.
If the Cubs can win, my Lions can win the Super Bowl.
I think we're going to do it. Mama, what I really want to talk about before we get into the real point of this episode, what the fuck is Lil Wayne smoking?
Crack.
Like,
if you, this is my theory about Lil Wayne. And I came up with this a while ago. If the TVs announced tonight that Lil Wayne was a vampire, you wouldn't even be surprised. You'd be like, man, that shit makes sense.
Like,
this motherfucker be talking out the side of his goddamn ass.
I'm almost. I shouldn't really give any attention because I even said like we be spreading so much negativity trying to inform people that we really be doing their job for them. But like they asked him about Black Lives. I don't know why you would ask. Well, I know why they asked him about Black Lives.
Because he's black.
No, because he was on Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharp show.
He does the intro. He does the intro to that show.
That song is weak as fuck.
When has Lil Wayne really made like some quality music?
It was after the Carter 2. It was all downhill.
Okay, I give you that. I agree with you on that one.
But he was like, racism don't exist, and he was saying a whole bunch of dumb shit. So they asked him about it, and he was like, he's rich. That proves Black Lives Matter, and don't nothing that's directly connected to him matter. Like he just went off the handle, and he was like, Black Lives Matter, especially to my bitches. Or my hoes. Something of that nature. Like, what's wrong with him?
He's always doped up. And he hasn't said anything coherent in quite a few years. Number one, I don't see why what is the relevance of a Lil Wayne interview? Does he have new music coming out?
No. I don't think can he put out new music?
He could probably. What about that mixtape run that he had like back 10, 12 years ago? Like it wasn't like people were telling, "Oh, Wayne, you can't put out music." He was doing whatever the fuck he wanted.
He dropped the mixtape last Thanksgiving. That shit was ass.
Yeah, I mean he hasn't come out with any new. But the thing that I'm trying to get to is like, what's the relevance of interviewing Lil Wayne for anything right now? He doesn't have any projects upcoming. We don't hear about shit. Is he coming out to defend Meek Mill from the onslaught of ass whoopings he seems to keep catching? No.
Meek Mill been on a good week this week.
Man, fuck Meek and that music.
I told you last week, even though he took all them L's, he dropped a successful project.
Have you listened to it?
I did about 3 times,
and it's not that good.
It's I mean, I'm not a giant Meek Mill fan. It's mediocre. It's not bad. It's like some songs in there I fuck with. But then he had an interview with Tax, and he explained his side. It was pretty interesting. I really couldn't say anything negative about it. But when people tell the masses to like Meek Mill again,
say that shit 5 times fast.
Right. When they get told to like Meek Mill again, then they just gonna like him again.
Nah,
people
man.
do what they told to do.
Fuck him. Fuck that music. And he should just.
What if you want to come on podcast next week?
I would invite him on, and I would say "fuck you" and your music to his face.
I don't believe it.
It would be an incredible podcast. It'll
be like the Birdman Breakfast Club.
All trio.
Better put some respect on my name.
He doesn't strike me as the type of nigga that wants these hands. Now I'm like rappers be like in real life. Like I've seen like I used to work at the radio station, so I've seen like quite a few rappers like in real life. Mm-hmm. They're not big people. Like I'm legit damn near 6'2" and 250. Like now if you want to rumble, and I'm not gonna say I can't take a L. But, like, you going to earn that bitch, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, you going to look like you fought a bear.
So now you want to fight Meek Mill?
If we taped it, hell yeah. you seen that video of him on YouTube hitting that punching bag with them ramen noodle arms? Come on, man. He ain't gonna knock me out. We can push this table to the side and we can go for some. It might be a lot of hugging on his part, but he ain't gonna knock me out.
I feel you. I can't complain about that. That was a bad video, B. That shit should have never came out on the internet, though.
His arms look like fucking spaghetti noodles. He is not gonna throw them hands on Dame.
He really did it. Man, I'm not going in on
Look, I got a teenage son that's got more muscle definition than Meek Mill's. You know what I'm saying? My oldest son come here, give me 150 push-ups and probably rock Meek Mill in his shit.
Very possible. Very possible.
It's not very possible. It is completely possible. Fuck it. We got special guests, yo.
We definitely got some special guests.
Yo,
what a transition. What a transition.
Yeah, man.
We definitely got a special guest in the building from High U Clothing.
Yeah. And they came bearing gifts.
Man.
First of all, thank you. Like, let's just put it out there. Just a simple appreciation, man. It was a good look. So we'll be certainly rocking T-shirts and crew necks on the next podcast.
This Muhammad Ali shirt is some really, really dope shit.
And guess what? It's not your fucking size.
It is my size. Hey, that is some really, really dope shit.
Yeah, man. And it's crazy kind of like how the connection came about. You can probably speak on it because I ain't really been involved in it.
Yeah, so a few months ago, I was online and I saw Charlamagne rocking this Malcolm X shirt. Yeah. It's like a white shirt and it has like the hair, the glasses, and like the silhouette. The silhouette.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, I had to retweet like, dog, this is a really, really dope shirt. And they had retweeted me or whatever, and I started following them, and I went to their website and looked at some of the clothing, and it was just like really dope. I'm like, man, this is some pretty nice clothes or whatever. Yeah. So I just started following and looking, and then looking online, I'm like, wait a minute, they're from Detroit. Like they're local, and that's kind of like how this whole thing started. And I want to introduce our guest. Please introduce yourself.
What's up, man? I'm P from High U Clothing.
Yeah.
What's up, P? Good guy, man. Love the designs. Love everything. How long have you guys been doing?
It's been 5 years now.
Okay.
Started in 2011. Started in 2011 in August.
Okay.
I'd say like 2013 it started getting serious.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And so the progression really just been kind of like 1,000%. You know what I'm saying? Like every year, just kept getting better and better and better. And
Was there like a specific piece or like like that tipping point for your business?
Like, not really, man. It's been pretty consistent. There was the Detroit Tigers piece that came out, so it was a local piece, so a lot of people attracted to that. It had like the rings on it, on the sleeves, and that popped off pretty good, but everything's been pretty consistent as far as the pieces go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, was this always like a passion of yours since?
Yeah, I mean, I've always like been into clothes since I was real little.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And then high school, and then like just kept going, kept buying clothes. I would mow lawns to buy bait. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Oh wow.
And so like, you know what I'm saying? Mow like 10 lawns, buy one babe shirt.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? And so it got to the point where I was like, man, what do you spend the most money on? It's like clothes. I gotta start making them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so that's pretty much.
That's dope. I didn't jump on the bait wagon, man. It was like really expensive.
Man, I was so much money on bait. Like one wash shrunk done.
Yeah.
She was $90.
Like
just the colors was too crazy for me to jump on.
But I used to blow money on clothes. Like, we worked we was working at Comcast back in the day.
I can't tell you how much money.
So we was getting
probably like $20,000 a year easy.
We was getting like good $3,000-$4,000 commission checks a month.
Yeah.
And like I would blow all. I'm like, I don't know where that money went, but
to Mr. Allen's, Northlands.
I want jeans with that big ass
Red monkeys.
Like,
oh man, I remember when the red monkey jeans came in like that wood box.
God, he had them all. He had every pair. Swear.
Yeah,
As soon as
man.
they dropped.
Man, I went through my closet. And I literally counted like 72 pair of jeans. They all fucking blue jeans. I'm like, no, this is stupid.
How many of them were baggy as fuck?
Baggy to them, like same waist size, but the baggy as shit. Like, what was going on? Tall tees and all type of.
Hey man, look, I used to put my tall tees in a dry cleaner, bro.
You wanted to keep that bit.
I wanted to keep it tall, crisp, and clean as fuck.
Shout out to my man Fred. I used to keep the red sticker on it.
Is it like 5 for 20?
Yeah. And after the sticker, like you only get rocket once with the sticker. After the sticker came off, it was like it was gone.
Yeah, man.
Also, shout out to the white T man. That number's still on my phone. So it was a guy, you would call him and he would pull up, open the trunk, and sell you some white tees.
Hey man, the hustle never dies.
Never dies.
So are you? Business operations are still based out of strictly in the Detroit area?
No, I've been in Florida for the past couple years now.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know, just need to change the scenery, different energy, you know what I'm saying? So I'm been in Orlando for the past couple years.
Okay, cool. So did we just catch you on a good week and you happen to be home? Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
That's love.
I was like, he said, when could we get on a Friday? And I was like, I'm actually here this week. So
That was perfect. It was perfect timing.
I leave on Monday, so it was perfect.
It was perfect timing. So I noticed that all the clothing is handmade.
Yeah.
How's that process? Like,
It's tedious, you know what I'm saying, but you cut out the middleman, so it becomes a passion. You enjoy doing it, you know what I'm saying. So the tediness is just canceled out.
Okay.
But yeah, everything's done out of the house. Everything hand printed, you know what I mean. Hand sewn, everything pretty much.
that's pretty dope.
So who kind of puts you up on? Because sewing is something you kind of got to pick up.
Yeah.
So I mean, who kind of introduced you to the life? Was it moms?
No, I actually learned over Skype because when I
Chill out.
Yeah, I learned how to sew over Skype. I didn't know how to do anything, nothing. You know what I'm saying? I just was like, I'm gonna do this one day. You know what I'm saying? And just never stopped. So
Man, internet is a great
I
resource.
bought like the heat press that I still use today on Craigslist. Drove to like 30 Mile, and bought it.
That's dope.
Like I don't know, Romeo or something.
Yeah, that's about 30 mile area.
The deal was so good, I just went and bought it. You know what I'm saying?
I used to cop all type of shit off Craigslist. In retrospect, it was a bad idea. I used to show up places by myself, like it was a bad idea. I
mean,
never got. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But like,
Thank God.
I always think that too.
but that's pretty dope. So last year, Kanye was going on some rants about clothing and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Did you agree with him, or was he tripping, or?
I don't really know, man. You know what I'm saying? He's on a different wave. It's high fashion.
Yeah.
He's after, you know what I mean? and that's just a different game.
Like so,
I don't know.
Like so, you guys clothes, which I think are very dope,
Thanks, man.
and they're handmade.
Yeah.
So when you look at quote unquote high fashion, they have this giant price tag.
Sure.
But I think quality wise, if something is handmade, like that would be more quality wise than something that someone's charging
Sure.
$1,200, because he's charging like $1,200 for a white T-shirt.
Sure.
Like,
It's yeah, man. It's tough to say because supposedly that white T-shirt was some special quality. You know what I mean? But I've actually felt it. You know what I mean? It's overpriced. They know it's overpriced.
Right.
You know what I mean? But there are some people in high fashion that are respected amongst those that can sew, because even Kanye said in interviews that like your favorite designer doesn't know how to sew, like, and he's made that a point. You know? Like Tom Ford is so respected in the industry because he's actually hands on with everything. You know what I mean? To whereas someone who's super popular and well respected is like Raf Simons, high fashion, and he doesn't know how to sew.
wow.
You know, so I don't know, man. It's tough to say, you know.
So was High You Clothing your first and like kind of foray into fashion?
Like my first attempt.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I just kind of went with this one and been going with it.
How'd you come up with the name How You Clothing or How You?
We were just like shooting around names, and we were like, "Oh, How You sounds tight." Like it just stuck. I don't know, it just sounded cool, and then kind of came out with like an acronym shortly after. The logo kind of came with it.
Okay.
Yeah, it was just kind of like sitting down, bouncing ideas. Really, after we were like, "Yeah, let's do this."
That's pretty dope. So, like, where does the inspiration for some of the pieces go? Really dope Malcolm X shirt,
Thanks.
clearly. Really dope Muhammad Ali. Like, what are the inspirations and where that come from?
Yeah, they just come from wherever. It could be anything, you know. It could be like a box of cereal, like the back of it or something that you see on there. Movies, you know, World Star, could be whatever.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, for real, it could come from anything. Could come from this room. Like, this looks like it could be a dope plaid shirt or something, you know?
Okay.
I love plaid.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Like, I love the long sleeve plaid shirts.
Hell yeah.
Make you feel like a lumberjack?
I have no idea. Like, I didn't realize that someone pointed out when I looked at my closet. Like, don't have a lot of plaid shirts. Like,
That's dope.
That's your thing, I guess.
yeah, I guess it is. You know what I'm saying? And hoodies. You know what I'm saying? But that's extremely dope. So, how has the reception been? Locally, internationally, or?
Yeah, we get love from everywhere, really.
Okay.
I would say it's pretty even across the board. Virginia, a lot of love in Virginia. We got a couple homies from the D who moved out there.
Okay.
They got it popping out there. Texas, and probably Michigan.
That's what's up. I listened to Charlemagne's podcast,
Brilliant Idiots?
the Brilliant. I listen to that all the time.
Yeah.
And I see you guys have made them some pillows and
Yeah.
some things or whatever, and they gave you guys a shout out. That was a pretty decent. That was a pretty good look.
We should actually have some stuff coming soon. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to jinx it, I guess. But
Right.
But it should be coming soon.
That's what's up, man.
So are you have a lot of relationships like that, like, you know, Charlemagne or any, or is that the part of this that's coming soon as, you know, kind of under the radar right now?
I don't know. We've had some pretty cool stuff happen so far. Like, he got to roll up with Nas.
Wow. Wow.
And like,
Hey, get on the mic and introduce yourself.
please,
Come on,
please.
like, you've been drinking with us.
What up, though? I'm Maul.
he
How you
can't
call
even tell people that story because they don't believe him. They're like, nah.
This is the perfect platform
You know what I'm saying?
to tell that story, Mark.
You know what? I don't even smoke, but I probably will roll up
He got
with
to roll up with him.
like I literally probably
I didn't
would.
even get to. Because I was working, so I had the camera, and we were like working backstage with Boldy James at the time in Texas at South by.
Okay.
This was 2015. And
Shout out to Bowley.
Yeah, shout out
Yeah.
to Boldy, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's done nothing but show love, and he brought us with him, and we were backstage. But I was working, so I was shooting his DJ, who happened to have a set before Boldy went on, and so Boldy, him, and his manager were backstage or whatever, and they were chopping up with Nas, and I walked by because they had already went ahead of me, and by the time I walked by, I looked to my right, he's standing over there rolling up with Nas, like breaking it. I'm like, I didn't even know what to think because I had to keep going.
That's dope
It was
as fuck.
crazy.
Somebody took a picture. I know you got that picture
Yeah,
somewhere,
we had
man.
a couple like videos and stuff.
Yeah.
It's dope.
I'll probably that'd be on my screen.
Yeah, man. And
Exactly.
Boldy, that's a good look.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like just being at South by and just his movement, like watching him just kind of like come up and where he's at and where he is positioned to put himself, in the near future. Like if you're not up on his music, like you shitting yourself because Boldy is dope as fuck. Like that next wave, like I want, like in my opinion, Detroit rap is broken up into like two phases, like before Proof and after Proof, and not to. You got a lot of rappers that we kind of refer to as like Proof's kids, like the mayor's kids. And then it's like that next generation. I just see Boldy like kind of putting on for the city with that next wave of rappers. I forgot what the name of that song is he got now with Dage, but it's hard as bricks.
I haven't heard it yet, man.
Yeah. I can't wait for his like a full length project to come out under that Mass Appeal umbrella because
Right.
I'm sure him and Nas are sitting on
I used to
like
fuck
sitting
with
on
the,
some shit.
The Concreters.
Yeah.
Concreters joints he put out, man. I like Boldy, man.
That's
Yeah.
dope, man, because he's super underground. You know?
Yeah, he is. But I mean, he's got a dope following. Puts out quality ass music, and I mean, literally, you can catch him anywhere in the city.
I don't know him personally, but I know people who know him and interact with him, and from all accounts I've heard, he's a pretty cool guy.
That's my
you know,
big bro, man. He's the realest for real.
Yeah.
It's like where he like what he raps about.
He living it.
Yeah, for real.
I mean, that's the best. Like, if there's no, you look at like a lot of artists now, like they don't. The authenticity isn't there in the music.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like everybody,
Doesn't
I think,
happen anymore.
yeah, and I think off air we kind of talked about it. Like Rick Ross is kind of who I'll put it on. Like every time you see him, he is Rick Ross. Like he is always in character. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like when he gets, he's probably Rick Ross from like the bed to the bathroom. Like he's his regular self. After he takes a shower, like he's in full Rick Ross mode and ready to go.
So look, the only thing I used to think the exact same way about Ross, right? Mm-hmm. The only thing I don't know is if that's an actual character or if it's not a character.
It is, dog. He's playing that shit to the
Because
T.
it's like the only reason I say that is because when everything came out and about you being a CEO, blah blah blah, like the easiest out for that would be the easy explanation. Oh yeah, I was a CEO. I was getting in some work off there. But if you actually did that, you can't say that.
No, but
So,
he never broke character though. That's the thing.
The fact that you've never said that because that's the easiest explanation.
Yeah.
Kind of.
But and then he came back though. He like doubled back.
That
didn't
made him bigger.
Yeah.
Right, which is like that doesn't make sense.
And then at the time, so when 50 Cent went at him,
Yeah, we had that argument about 50 Cent being a career killer, but he couldn't do it to
He
Ross.
lost.
But at the time, did he lose? You know what I'm saying? No, but Ross kind of played it smart.
Yeah, he didn't like he didn't
Came back.
Yeah.
Ross didn't go nowhere.
He didn't flinch.
He didn't flinch.
He
and
just
kept
stood
moving.
Dropping.
Yeah, and you got to respect him for that. And Ross, I wasn't a fan of Ross until
He puts out quality music.
Deeper Than Rap,
consistently.
which was the song where he did get like that's the album where I thought he like started MCing. All the other shit was like rap. He started MCing and I bought
It's a
every
couple
album.
motherfuckers that can rap their ass off, and like it's
T.I. Inside joke. Oh yeah.
no, it's not an inside joke. It's not an inside joke because we had the episode last week about Andre 3000 versus T.I.
It was a YouTube only episode, so we actually didn't put it on the podcast world. So go to YouTube, # Shop Talk Podcast. You'll see the Andre 3000 versus
and
T.I. battle.
I still feel like I won.
What did you tell me after the battle was over?
I don't recall.
So listen, I know I'm not supposed to say this, but I'm gonna say it anyway.
Disloyal.
I'm gonna say it anyway. So we did the whole battle, and then when it was over, Dame was like, "Hey, is the camera off?" I said, "Yeah, what up?" He was like, "All right, man, you might have got that one." I'm like, "This motherfucker."
I argued it all the way to the end.
Yeah. So everybody who texted me this week saying they rolling with Dame doesn't
I
even roll
didn't
with
see. So
Dame.
you said Andre 3000
Andre 3000, yes.
over Ti.
Over T.I.
I'm saying that all day.
So listen,
Thank you.
With T.I.
But he was a
So this how it actually,
Come on, Mo.
it actually
I
came
expect
about.
better from you. You rolled up with Nas. You rolled up with Nas, so you know what good music sounds like.
So the whole thing, it really wasn't about me thinking that T.I. is a better rapper, though I do think now that
You'll argue any fucking
after I debate, I really do think that. But it was about, he said Andre was on his top 5 MCs of all time. And I'm like, why? I can name, I was like, I can get 5 T.I. verses better than 5 Andre. And it just came off like an off the cup type of thing.
Right.
And then we actually started doing it. And what's so crazy is I got feedback like, you didn't pick the right songs. I didn't pick the right songs.
I probably, like, after looking at my list, I was like, I probably left off some bangers.
So people were sending me like, man, you would have killed him if you would have did, like, he picked Equipment I verse,
That's hard.
Bombs Over Baghdad.
Bombs Over Baghdad. Bombs Over Baghdad is a hard ass fucking song to rap over.
Nothing with Dre by itself though. Nothing on.
There is no Dre by.
Yeah,
what's the song with Andre rap 3 verses by himself?
What's the album? The split album. Love Below and Speaker Box.
Yeah, but
it wasn't rap.
Yeah, I know.
It wasn't no rap song. He rapped
like that
on
song.
Rose.
the album was good as fuck.
Right.
It's good as fuck, but it wasn't. It wasn't just
actual-
bars.
Like, I don't think there's a song with him rapping three verses of rapping by himself,
No.
like ever. So I'm like, you really can't put him in the top 5 if you don't even have one song.
Yeah, he a group.
Where you
It's a
rap.
group.
Yeah.
It's a group.
So all the props.
But
that
one
you-
of the greatest groups
Absolutely.
in hip hop history.
Most definitely.
But like, I
Hands
think
down.
when he started dropping the freestyles, like I'm walking out, I think for whatever reason, Big Boy's role got diminished in Outkast based on some freestyles you did. Like, you can't.
I'm not
have
gonna sit here and call
Outkast-
Big Boy no slouch. You know what I'm saying? Like, he went bar for 20 years
Yeah.
with Andre 3000 and held his own. Like, so I'm not gonna
Like
sit
that.
here and call him no
They had-
slouch.
they had
Every
that-
group is always somebody better than the other one.
This is always my
It's
theory.
never
If it's like you say, any group, there's gonna be one that outshines the other.
It's always-
Daz and Corrupt, you know what I'm saying?
Who was the better out Daz and Corrupt?
Oh man, Corrupt.
It's one of my favorite things. I just wanted to make sure that.
I love Corrupt.
But
Streets
Daz-
is a Mother. That album was hard as bricks.
But I will almost say the ego because Daz did all the production.
production.
Daz is responsible for All Eyes on Me, even though
definitely.
Dr. Dre get credit for it. He is responsible for All Eyes
I want you to say it on air. Do you feel like Daz produced The Chronic?
Ooh.
I don't know. I don't know if he was, if he knew.
He was. I mean, the Dog Pound came out shortly after Doggy Style,
Yeah,
so
but
you
he-
got to think
he wasn't
just in
always
retrospect of the
making
timeline.
He did. He said he learned making beats and everything from Dre. I don't know that Dre himself did the Chronic. I don't know.
Oh man, don't disrespect The Chronic, bro. That's Dre's
The Chronic
magnum
is-
opus.
Yeah, but I don't know if he did it himself.
I think
Let's just keep the legend.
Yeah,
Up.
all the
yeah.
young niggas in
I mean,
the room.
but it's not like we ain't never heard that same shit about Dre. Like he
Because
ain't
I know who
first.
made the In the Club beat, and he from Detroit. He stayed down the street from me.
That's been
I got
out
the
for a long
original In the
time.
Club beat on a beat CD before Dre got to it and tweaked it, like in real life. So
That's
and
so
I know it went down as Dre's song, but no, I got the original song and the old ass CD.
That sounds like somebody we need to get in this chair and tell us the truth about the truth. Yeah,
If I can find
tell
it,
your truth, bro.
Yeah.
We're waiting on
because he
you.
ended up signing a production deal with I forget which company, but yeah, Dre.
I got a crazy. Maybe one day I tell this, but I got a crazy story about Big Sean's original production group and me and him having an altercation and me walking away with the Big Sean beat that I still have. One day we'll go there.
Yeah, because we might have some of we might have some affiliates on the show.
Yeah, one day I'll go there.
Actually, we might have some of them affiliates. So
Look,
you know.
my timeline of bullshit runs deep. Straight up. like
So
I've been living this life for a long time.
we'll hold that story until I know the opportune time,
and I still got this beat too.
because I don't want to spoil it.
I still got this beat too. And I would make fart noises all over it just because I got it.
On the other note, Sean released two songs this week I thought was dope. I don't like how DJ Academics tried to make it appear that he's going at Kendrick Lamar, because I don't hear that on that song. I don't hear him going at
No
Kendrick
young
on that
rappers wanted with Kendrick.
Propaganda.
It was a bit of a reach.
song. Yeah,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I don't see it. I love that song is dope. Sean spits.
My thing is this: when it come to Kendrick, he called dudes out a couple years ago on Control, and everybody act like he wasn't talking to them.
Big Sean
True
song.
that.
Yeah, on Big Sean's song, he dissed him. Well, I won't say he dissed him, but he called out him and Jay Electronica, both on the song. And nobody ever really responded back.
And
like they tap danced around that shit.
And to be redo your verse on that?
He said he wasn't gonna redo it. He said it ain't the type. And look, to be perfectly honest,
I'm not coming behind that with this.
And look, and to be perfectly honest, Sean had a hard ass verse on that song.
Too.
But nobody cares about it because of Kendrick's.
I still care about it. Kendrick verse is dope as fuck. He won on that verse. But Sean had a hard ass verse on there, and Sean had a hard ass verse on the Khaled joint with him and Kendrick on the same song. Yeah. Like I would get a nod to Kendrick, but it's not by much. Like Sean holds his own.
But maybe that's where the bad decision making comes in at. Like if you, I think maybe, because then it's like retreat. Like if you say Kendrick's on this, I don't want to fuck
Kendrick
him.
didn't get washed.
No, he never gets washed.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I'm sorry. Sean didn't get washed on that. Like, you can give somebody a better verse. Somebody can have a better verse. Like, so, niggas didn't start or something on DMX album. I personally think that Mace had the best verse on there. But does Jadakiss, does Sheik, does Styles, does DMX, did they get washed?
Nah.
And, you know, people had the arguments because DMX verse was hard as fuck on there. Yeah. But I personally
that was a different DMX though.
That was a different Mace. That was Mace Murder that was rapping. Like that's
I beat niggas down with aluminum.
Yeah.
Then I put two on them. Yeah. Like that was the best Mace I've heard spit.
Yeah, that was fly.
Yeah, Harlem World was a good ass. Like that's where it stopped and started for Mace was Harlem World.
Yeah. We bought every album. Was disappointed after disappointment.
We skipped school to buy Welcome Back.
And what's so funny is,
oh man,
like people
remember that dumbass Mr. Rogers video for Welcome Back.
Real talk.
Like Mace did. Cause the impression is Mace left after his first album. He left after that second album was ass. It was horrible. People forget about that second album.
Yeah.
It was weak.
Oh, what about that group album that he had? I forget what wasn't it Harlem World?
They had the
yeah.
Oh man.
They had the video where they was jumping out of cannons and shit, man.
Yeah.
He had to put his film on.
Yeah.
I think his sister was on that.
Yeah, she was.
So when I look at y'all guys, the brand, I just feel like a hip hop vibe. And y'all have any hip hop? Because clearly y'all like music.
Definitely. It's like, you know, like fifth grade probably had, what was it? In fifth grade had the, because my big brother was into rap. So I would just take his albums to school. And like fifth grade, the Jay-Z Volume 2. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? You had the Slim Shady LP. You had Tupac's Greatest Hits. Which was like a double CD.
Man, that's crazy. 20 years.
Yeah.
I feel old.
That was like 4th or 5th grade.
I was
we were listening to that then. We
damn, I feel old now because I was in high school. I was like in 9th grade when
So you understood it. Like,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I guess I didn't really get it until later on middle school. You know?
So this is funny. So when I'm debating with music or debating with anything about life, this is a question that I ask. I said, how old was you when Pac died? Mm-hmm. And if you was like 10 or under, like I really, like we grew up in like two different
spectrums.
Eras, you know what I mean? Like you grew up, or some people, like you grew up in a life without Pac.
Yeah.
It was impactful to me, like when he died. Like,
I was hurt.
Yeah.
I listened to Machiavelli after he passed. I literally listened to Machiavelli every day for like a month. I used to sleep with that shit playing in the background.
Like you knew exactly what you were doing the day he died. Like,
yeah.
So it's like 9/11 to you.
Yeah. Literally, I remember talking about it at the lunchroom the next day.
Never had that experience with maybe Jay-Z though, Hov, because Hov kind of raised us. You know,
yeah.
If something happened, say, so Kendrick is like in the prime of his career, right?
Yeah.
God forbid something happened. I would have that feeling like,
he was in his prime.
Like, God damn, Kendrick.
Like we never got the best of him. Like even even Kendrick to this point, like we still haven't seen like the best out of him. You know what I'm saying?
I think Kendrick and J. Cole, because those are to me the leaders of the new school, so to speak. We don't get too much from them. Like Kendrick drops a project and he goes away. Like there's a mystery about him, so to speak. Yeah. And Cole too. He really
doesn't even tour like heavy to support the projects.
Not heavy recently, because I think 2 years ago he made the most money touring it out of all the rappers. But he was doing like festivals and shit like that. He's not about to be like.
I'm saying like he ain't coming to the Joe.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like
he was on Kanye tour last year. Like he's gonna do something real big or whatever. But like I think right now is we oversaturate too much. I know too much about every particular artist. Some people you need that mystery from, like
a Prince. You know what I'm saying? Like Prince will put out music, but you don't see him like it's an event when he would show up somewhere. You know what I'm saying?
Law of Power, I think it's 49. It's like show absence and.
That's one of my favorite books of all time.
Man.
I keep the 48 Laws of Power with me everywhere. I got a digital version on my phone. I got one on the computer. Matter of fact, I think I got one in the car.
Yeah. It's the 49th, though.
Yeah, they got the 50 made the 50th law.
Right.
I love Robert Greene. He did a book called Mastery Level, which is like the after. He actually did the 48 Laws of Power, the Art of Seduction, and the 33 Strategies of War, and they all are written in the same format.
Yeah.
It's brilliant.
Dope. Extremely
Instead of making kids read that bullshit in school, like
school's
I know why the cage bird sings. Like,
don't knock the cage. Hey,
I am knocking it. I am knocking it.
Keep that though.
Nah, man.
Now you can.
How many times you done picked that book up since 12th grade?
You can get rid of Macbeth, but don't get rid of I know why the cage.
That movie playing though.
Yeah. Get rid of Macbeth.
Yeah, or not Macbeth. Or what's the other one? They made a movie for it.
Julius Caesar. It's a lot of bullshit they make you read in school.
Bullshit,
Vice of Men.
Crazy.
Yeah. Big George killing shit. Like why did I read this? Like why?
We got wrote up so many times when that shit was assigned.
Yeah.
Cliff Notes brought me through high school.
You ain't lying.
Straight up. Like, just assign a book. I'm going to go by the Cliff Notes, and I keep up.
So clothing is your passion and fashion is your passion. Like when we think about it, like going through school, 12 years of school or however many, like how much of that prepared you for what you're doing now?
Nothing.
Really?
Absolutely. Maybe if I went to like a school that was actually but the thing is the curriculum's the same across the board, right? For the most part. So, I mean, nothing.
Like literally
nothing.
After I learned how to count, can do English, like write sentences and
After
structure.
third grade, they just expounded on the same shit.
Right.
Literally, for real. After you can count, read, write,
but man,
put sentence structure in the right format and do like basic algebra, that's pretty much.
But why, how come there's no teachers? I think this will change with the youth, of course. But how come there's no teachers that are like, no, this isn't true, actually.
Right.
You know
That go against
teach this. Because why they'll get fired probably, right?
Because they have to teach. They have to teach to the curriculum. You know what I'm saying?
Which is bullshit, right?
Yeah.
I just feel like
Columbus never touched down physically on this.
No,
Please
like,
believe it.
no,
Yeah.
He didn't even get to America.
But when you look at like the shit that you learn, like I wish I would have learned about credit and interest rates.
Paul Revere didn't ride that whole ride. Like all this shit that we get
Boston
told.
Tea Party.
What? It's like what? All these presidents.
You know what's interesting about the Boston Tea Party, right? So with all the stuff that's been going on lately, Black Lives Matter and riots and everything, I'm like, why are they burning down the stores in their own neighborhood? Nobody said, why are they destroying their own tea? Like, no one said that. You know what I mean? Why are they throwing their own tea in the water?
There's so many correlations, from what they did to what
history repeats itself.
But now it's you know what I'm saying? Now it's an issue, right?
Yeah. So let me ask, did you have any like formal training or just like the Skype?
Yes.
Well, first of all, how did you what made you go on Skype to learn how to sew?
Okay, so when I started, there was my homie named Joe. When we first started, I was like, we need some type of detail on the T-shirt just to make it a little different. This was the very first shirt, so we added the tags. You know what I mean? Like everything's got like some sort of tag. You know?
Yeah.
Okay.
And so we actually bought a sewing machine. He didn't know how to sew either, so we sat down with his mom in his kitchen, and she showed him how to sew. I mean, maybe 20 minutes. He still didn't really pick it up then. But then,
trial and error.
As he went, I guess, like maybe a week went by, just practicing at the house, smoking, you know what I'm saying? And he got this stitch down, and we were like, okay, it's on. And then we did that for like, maybe like a year or so. And then he went to Texas. He had a job opportunity down there. And I was like, well, I got to learn how to sew.
Okay.
And so I,
just kind of fell into your hands.
Yeah, he showed me over Skype, and actually at that point we were at Pockets.
Okay.
We were doing Pockets at a Pocket Tee about a year in, and I just couldn't get it. You know what I'm saying? I was YouTubing, and just hit him up over Skype, and then I got it. And then I just never stopped. There hasn't been a day probably since then. So it's probably been like 4 years, 3 years, like just sewing every day.
But how important is the internet into
everything.
the success of your business?
It's everything. It's everything. That's where it started. That's where it birthed. Because it was like, we were like, we've got to get a website,
Right.
Because that is how we had to just sell it in general.
Mm-hmm.
Of course you sell it hand to hand too, but you want to get it out there.
Right.
And social media is everything.
Yeah, that is the wave. Not even saying it's the new wave.
No.
Like,
and if you want to sell something, like some people use it to hook up with chicks.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But I see it as like a medium to sell things.
Me and Dan had a conversation offline. It's like in 2016, because of the internet, you literally cut out the middleman.
Oh yeah.
I don't need permission to get. So we put the video up online, whatever. If I want to make my own TV show, I bought a green screen.
Boom.
I got software. Like, I don't need to go to a network and say, "Hey, could you please put this on TV?"
exactly.
I'm going straight.
TV.
Yeah.
I literally watch more on YouTube than I do on television.
Yeah.
And the thing is, even about business, if you're not social media savvy, your business is going to die. I mean, there's still an avenue for brick and mortar businesses, but I mean, in order to, you can sit at the house and, even for the podcast, we here in Detroit and we touching people, all across the country,
The world.
Yeah, all across the world. And the same thing with your clothing brand, like. You don't need to actually have a storefront in Japan or in England or
Pop-up shops, man.
hell yeah.
Like a big clothing brand that 10 Deep.
Yeah.
Guys know 10 Deep.
Yep,
They don't
yep.
have a store. They just got a little gallery,
Mhm.
or whatnot. And they just sell it to all the streetwear stores or whatever.
Man, that's really dope, man.
Now you mentioned your love for Bape. Are there any other like streetwear lines that kind of gave you the inspiration to go at it?
LRG.
Okay.
Of course, yeah.
Because I, since like middle school,
Loved LRG. Loved LRG.
LRG. Probably that's it.
Okay.
What's hot right now?
Bape still. Supreme all. Of
Really?
course.
I know Supreme,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah.
I was like,
They all kind of.
when I saw the Bapes, that they were the Air Ones with I was like, I don't know about this.
They all their collabs, like they got a collab almost every other week or something.
Mm.
So it's cool. I like Bape. But I mean, I would never pay that price, man. It's crazy. Because I know it goes into it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like when you know the behind the scenes, like, I feel like I'm getting.
Yeah, it makes you look at things a little bit differently.
Way different.
Way different. So,
It's just overpriced.
So, the stars line up 10 years from now. Where do you see business? Where would you like for things to be for you?
Like 10 times bigger than now. So 10 years from now, it'd be cool to have a store, where you can come. It could be, like a place where it wouldn't just be clothing,
Yeah.
It
A flagship.
Exactly, other things going on. Could be an arcade or something on one side, who knows?
Dope.
But that's 10 years, you know what I'm saying? So
What would be the ideal location? Where would you want to put like your first flagship store?
I
You
think,
got to bring it back home. You got to bring it back home.
Detroit, it depends, I guess. It'd be dope.
Detroit, mate.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't know
would
how
be
successful
dope
that.
if it's
Where would
popping,
you
but
put it?
Austin's really cool, man. And they're always on the incline.
Said
what I mean?
Austin?
Austin, Texas.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's where South by is. So, I mean, yeah, that makes sense.
And the whole vibe out there is kind of like they're into new stuff.
Okay.
But hopefully 10 years from now, it won't be a new thing, Hopefully it'll be like a common thing.
So some people tell me that Japan is ahead of us in fashion. Like we get all our stuff from Japan. How true is that?
As far as style,
Or jeans and stuff like.
I mean, the denim's definitely better because they're resources. But, I mean, I guess it's subjective. You know what I mean? Depends what kind of fashion you're into.
Yeah.
But, they're definitely high on fashion. It's, I guess if a trend, I don't know. I don't really see no trends going over there that come over here.
I don't know much about it, to be honest, man. I just look at shit like, man, that look dope. I mess with that.
Yeah, I feel you.
I think that's across the board with most people. You know what I mean? I don't think that people are really on that no more.
But you remember, it used to be like a day and time. Like, I'm only fucking with.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I'm saying? I'm only wearing Guess. I'm only wearing Nautica.
And then,
I
like,
think the internet ruined it. Ruined all that, you know what I mean?
I can't really even say it ruined it. Like, it just kind of
it did
opened.
ruin
It opens you up to,
'cause
completely
before you
different,
had to rock
different
something
options.
that was quote unquote guaranteed quote unquote cool. This particular person said this was cool, so now we can wear it.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
And fashion choices were a lot more limited, like pre-internet age. Like when you could only get up and take your ass to the mall, like that's all you could fuck with. You know what I'm saying?
When I was younger, like Nautica was the shit. Like you couldn't tell me nothing about Nautica, so I would work for 2 weeks and get on the Evergreen bus to Fairlane and go buy one Nautica shirt, and I was straight. You know what I'm saying?
For another 2 weeks.
Yeah, like 2 weeks at a time. Give me a Nautica shirt or whatever. Or when you had the Nautica jacket, because I ain't had.
Ah man, that windbreaker.
Yeah. So
hold on, remember when it had the little buoy on it, man?
I had the one right up underneath that one because I couldn't afford that one. Like I had like a little pullover, joint. Like you know what I'm saying? But it was. I couldn't afford that shit, but like when you had that, it was like Jesus.
You had made
that nautical boy with that big ass. Woo!
You were scared to ride the bus with that shit.
Man, I would have loved to ride it. Until like y'all see this, but you know, fashion is something that is ever changing.
Yeah, constantly, for sure.
Yeah, it changes, but like some trends, just like classic fashion, just never dies. You know what I'm saying? Like trends will change, but like classic shit stays forever.
Polo been out for. Like, when is it going away? Well, I did see this week online some millennials or whatever. I was seeing a bunch of retweets where they was calling like Polo. Like
you
Polo.
dumb fools. Dumb fools.
But hey, I'm 34 years old, so I come from a different era. I don't know that 19-year-olds still think that shit cool. You know what I'm saying? I personally don't see
fuck what these kids think, man. Fuck what the kids
you know what I'm saying? When you was 19, you wasn't trying to dress like a 35-year-old.
No, but I mean, when you look at like
I don't personally think it's going to like Tim's ain't going nowhere.
No, right.
Like polo shirts and like Levi's. Some shit just is there. I fuck with Levi's.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
Like Levi's always remain like they may not be at the forefront, but like they're that's a solid pair of jeans. It's affordable and it's never going nowhere. So is the next move into denim possibly?
I've messed around with some denim. Last summer I had some denim shorts come out.
Okay.
They were dope. They were really dope. A lot of people liked them. But yeah, I would like to do some denim.
That's dope.
You know, like eventually full line of jeans or something, you know.
Okay. Now, your team that's here with us, like, is this the operations? Like, you all do everything from A to Z?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I do everything, you know what I'm saying? And then...
So I order a shirt online. You have sewn it, packaged it, shipped it out to me.
Out myself. Stuff. Yes.
Damn.
Everything.
That's got to be a labor-intensive process.
Site, every picture, every shot at all.
Yeah, I was on the site the other day.
Yeah, me too.
You guys are gearing up for. That's what's up.
It's all in-house. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
We don't try to completely cut the middleman out. 100%.
I mean, you definitely are doing that. Yeah. Like that. That's gotta save on.
There's no shipping jobs overseas here.
Yeah, for real.
So, but that's gotta make it taxing on terms of fulfilling orders and shit too. Like that you're doing everything from A to Z though.
What do you mean?
Like you get the order, you're putting everything together, shipping it out. Like that's all on you. I mean, that's got to be a process.
Sacrifice. But it's to a point where it's like routine. You know what I mean? It's
I guess it don't feel like work if you love like
right. No, it's definitely not because you get up every day and you want to do it.
It's more of a craft now.
Yeah, it's a craft. You just try to hone it. You know, you get better and better and better the more you make. You know what I mean? And so it's not bad though because like I said, it's a process. So you might do say you get this order of shirts, so this has this type of pattern. You know what I mean? This has this type of pattern, and then you just cut them out. You know what I mean? And then that might get hemmed when that gets hemmed. Okay. So it's just everything is a process. That gets sewn, with white thread. Oh, this needs white thread too. So you just do that with the white thread or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So do you have like every year y'all do like a different line or
every couple months?
Okay.
Like, I try to put out like 30 pieces like every couple months. You know what I'm saying? I don't really try to ever stop. I got to keep, especially with the way the internet is today, you got to constantly keep putting content out.
Gotta feed the beast.
Feed the beast.
Yeah.
For sure. It's almost like music in a sense. It's like, whatever. But in the same sense, some pieces stick around a little longer and they still sell, But I do try to change it. And so there'll always be like 100 items. on the site. And then every 3 months, a new 30 or a new 20 or a new set, you know.
Okay. Hey, you got to stay ahead of the curve.
Yeah, and try to stay with the seasons, too.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. So you already working, we in fall now, so you already working on summer's looks?
Yeah, that, but then you got the holiday that's actually in production. And that'll be like December 1st, first week of December.
Any hot items you can throw out there that we should be on the look for?
Yeah, there's like the plaid button up. The sleeves are plaid with like the elastic cuff, but it's a button up.
Okay.
I've been into that because like most button ups, you got the cuff on the button.
Yeah.
And then you throw the elastic on it, kind of gives it like a athletic feel a little bit. Banded collar, but those are dope. And what else? I don't know. There's some. It's all dope.
Yeah.
Yeah, the hat I'm wearing right now is gonna come out.
The beanie that you brought today is really dope.
Man.
Yeah, thanks, man.
I mean, I think you are this is the first guest that came bearing gifts. So we should start making this a tradition. Pay homage when like, that was a good look. We were, like, when we saw you all out in the parking lot, like, because, we can say it now, like, we just talked back and forth via social media. We had never seen, what you guys look like, didn't really know what to expect. Right. So, like, when we pulled up together, I was like, I think.
I was telling them like they definitely don't think I'm a white dude.
Definitely did.
No.
Like I see my man in the car with the shirt. He's like, is that him? I was like,
we didn't know.
I was like, I like it could be. Like I never asked. Well, you know what I'm saying? And then to a certain, it's like funny. It don't really matter. You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah. But that was the big thing. Like we just waited on somebody to get here. Like we had no clue who was coming and what you might look.
Yeah, I mean I came out with the Nat Turner piece.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I've never even seen a Nat Turner shirt. You know what I mean? But when I got hit to the story a couple years ago, I'm like, why am I 24 just knowing about this?
Right.
You know what I mean? And then, so yeah.
I wouldn't say. Have you seen Birth of a Nation?
Of course, yeah. I've seen it twice actually.
I love it, man. I want to go back and see it. I saw it that opening weekend when I was up in Saginaw.
Yeah.
It wasn't that many people in the theater at the time.
I think people are kind of like, I don't want to say scared, but they're cautious to gravitate to something like that. Whereas it's not as popular for the masses as like the bullshit. Like. Yeah. If you wanted to go see Medea first opening weekend, that shit was slapping and it was banged out. You had to order your tickets in advance. What is it? Doctor Strange is coming out this weekend.
What I heard was really good.
Right. You're AKA's conspiracy realist. Right?
Yeah.
Okay, so did you see the video about where in Top 5, Chris Rock's Top 5, I think? They talk. There's a scene where there's like a political movie or something, and then there's like a Medea Halloween type movie showing in Top 5. You have to go back and just YouTube it, but it's on there, and there's like, oh yeah, no one's going to see this. Oh, this one's sold out or something like that.
I fucking hate Tyler Perry movies, dog. I hate Tyler Perry movies.
So because I am the conspiracy,
hey man, if I got to dress like a woman to make $1, I'm straight on that dollar. Right. Straight like you're not gonna put me in a dress and a wig. Yeah. I'm a motherfucking man. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, like, you can't take that shit away from me. And I'm not putting on a dress, some fake titties, and a wig to make $1. Like, I'm just not going to do it.
Man, somebody sent me, damn, it's gone. So because I'm the conspiracy guy, right? Somebody sent me, and I was about to read it, but that's crazy because it's actually gone. So they sent it. Basically, they said they were watching Jamie Foxx and Annie. I never watched the Jamie Foxx version of Annie, right? But apparently in that movie, he is like some rich guy, and he's running for mayor, like a la Donald Trump type of thing. And something happened where one of his products start like catching fire, like a la the Samsung Galaxy phones. Like everything that was like happening right now, he said something like, I've never watched the movie, but I gotta go watch it for the
Jamie Foxx's Annie.
He's like I guess the bad guy in the Annie movie, whatever. I had no
the story of Annie.
Yeah. But it was interesting. I'm like, I gotta go watch it now because it was just so many. Now I wish I had it so I can read it, but it's gone.
Conspiracies are
like
yeah. Yo, we ain't even gonna get Jay started on conspiracies because we got one that we've argued about like since I've really known you. Nah, at least we've argued about this shit at least for the past couple months.
I don't even know if I want to say what.
What is it?
The world, and I just leave it at that.
I'm not getting into that right now.
Yeah. Let's just.
I'm not getting into that right now. I'm not getting into that.
Have you guys taken a look at the sim universe, like that theory?
No,
it was a simulation.
Yes, definitely. I've looked.
You'll be watching for 6 hours.
I've looked at everything.
Hey, right, me too. I'm the same way. Man.
So there is one thing. So it's this one thing on YouTube that I did watch about a month or two ago. It's called. So Google this. Go on to YouTube and type this in. It's called "No Trees on Flat Earth."
No trees on flat Earth.
Yeah, that title in itself is a weird title, but when you actually watch it. I don't have an explanation for this shit. I was like, I never thought about this shit before, and I'm like,
man, fuck you and these theories, dog.
That's interesting. But, that's the tinfoil hat
that's
talk.
Funny.
And the conspiracy.
That's it, right?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
But, man, I appreciate you guys for coming through, man.
Yeah, man. And next time we always open it up. Like, if you want to come back and fuck with us, come fuck with us.
For sure.
I mean,
I love the show, man.
Yeah, man. We appreciate it.
Yeah,
we got the drinks, good company.
Yeah.
We always got some bullshit to talk about.
Plug all your social media and everything.
Yeah, the website is howyouklothing.com. Instagram is howyouklothingco. It's HIGHYOU clothing co. And then the Twitter is howyouklothing. That's about it, man. Snapchat, How You Clothing.
Okay, cool.
I like y'all guys, man. I'm going to be retweeting and posting everything.
Yeah. And we appreciate y'all just coming through to kick it with us. I mean, It's always, as the podcast grows, like, it's always good to have some guests here to give us some different opinions on our normal shit, and it just adds a whole nother look to the show, man. So
and I just want to help share dope things that shit I think is dope. I just want to get that out there.
Because we are the new wave. You know what I'm saying? Like, I appreciate people getting on while the elevator's on the bottom floor.
I mean, I'm not saying
because this shit is only going up.
I'm not saying we the Rockefeller podcast. But
say it again.
We are Jay and Dame.
Hell yeah. Is it that time already? Dame Going Wild on Twitter, Snapchat, and Instagram. I feel like I'm missing something.
Shop Talk Podcast on Instagram. Shop Talk Pod on Facebook. It's Jay Johnson 313 on Instagram.
Hold on, I think we Twitter. You know what we missed again? What episode is this? This
is my episode 20.
Yeah,
we've been slipping the last 2 weeks. We didn't say that episode. Episode 20.
Yeah,
that's a long time, man.
No, not really. It's only like 5 months. Four,
that's consistently.
5?
That's consistent every week.
Week in, week out, and like it takes. I understand. Like it's a huge commitment to sit down and dedicate like an hour and a half of your time just to listen to us. Kind of shoot the shit, but like we appreciate it. Like it's only gonna get bigger and better in the near future.
Yeah,
we got a lot of dope ass guests lined up. Shout out to my homeboy DJ Soko lining up probably our next feature with Nolan and Ninja, and probably get Soko to call in too because they doing some big things as far as when I talked about like that, before proof, after proof, like he is that on that next wave of upcoming Detroit rappers putting out some dope ass quality music. So we can't wait to get you on, fam.
Absolutely.
I'm throwing the shout out. I'm throwing the request line out to my homeboy Mo Dirty. We got to get you in the studio real soon, fam. I know you'll be back in Detroit in a couple weeks, so I'm gonna be reaching out to you so we can get you in here.
You don't belong in Detroit.
Yeah. That's.
I still love that song and the video.
And he got like a dope ass line of shirts also. So I mean he's lived like the shit that we used to talk about, living that rapper life, being it, like he put the rubber to the road and he did that shit.
All the smack battles, all the
and that's my homeboy. Like I done known him damn near 20 years. So I mean I've seen the inception all the way to what it is now. Who else we got coming up? DJ Cool Breeze.
Yeah, DJ Cool Breeze is definitely stopping through. We got my man Fred from Die Rich. Everybody eats the whole nine.
And we still throwing out positive vibes because we got a big guest that we trying to secure. Like, and this shit'll be huge if we get them in here. But we going to get them in because either you're going to get down or you're going to lay the fuck down. Because we're not going to give you no choice.
Damn going wild.
Yeah. I live this shit. I live this shit. Like I say every week, man, God cover the earth, I cover the turf.
And we appreciate y'all for checking in, man. We check with y'all next week.
Yeah.
Peace.